come home in front of my family, fans, Raider Nation, the Black Hole.
Raiders! Goddamn right.
What is up, Raider Nation? Welcome to JBR Limited. This is the limited podcast where I rant for the next 15 minutes about the Raider game. And we just had uh, another kind of disappointing Raider game. Obviously, this is no surprise. Um, a lot of us didn't think that the Raiders were going to win today, but we just wanted to see some improvement on the offensive side of the ball. Um, and I don't know. I think we did show that today. But first and foremost, if you are watching the live stream on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe down below at that button. Hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on your alerts. I put out reels also or shorts, and I put those out at least 2 or 3 times a week. They're pretty fucking hilarious. So definitely catch them. If you want a good laugh, definitely check those out for sure. If you're on Instagram Live and you're watching this, uh, it'll be a little hard to see some of your questions, but jump on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, hit that like button, and put your comments on there. And I will go ahead and answer them during the show. So, yeah, I'm about to start my rant here. Um, and again, it's, I don't know. Let's see, 241. All right, so we're gonna go about 256 here, and I try to keep it 15 minutes because I don't want to go too long on my rant, and then people start tuning out. So this is just my thoughts on the game, and like I said before, during the week. What we really wanted to see, I think a lot of us wanted to see, was just some improvement on the offensive side of the ball. And I think we did see a little bit of improvement. It wasn't leaps and bounds type improvement, but we did see some improvement on the offensive side. Obviously, Gardner Minshew at the end doing what he does best, throwing an interception. I mean, what's new, right? But it is what it is. I think it was expected for him at least to do one turnover for the game, but he did really try hard to keep that as a minimum and play smart. But um, I think the a couple series before the interception, he almost had another one. Luckily, that defender didn't catch it. So, um, yeah. So the final score, if you guys are just tuning in, 34-19. I don't know. Maybe some people tuned out at halftime. I don't want to blame you, but you know, um, let's uh, let's go over some stats here. So, total yards, Raiders 328, Dolphins 353, passing yards 268, Raiders 271, Dolphins. Rushing yards were 60 yards rushing. Dolphins had 82, so it was a low running game. It was a lot of throws done in this game. Um, because I mean they're struggling as well on the run game themselves, but they did have uh, a couple of big plays run wise. So, but obviously penalties were the name of the game for the Raiders in this game. 7 penalties, 49 yards. I mean, some of them were warranted, some of them were not. Obviously, we always deal with the same shit every game. It's nothing new for us, but we've done way worse. But yeah, penalties did hurt us this game, and obviously with the turnover by Gardner Minshew late in the fourth, trying to drive the ball down the field and play catch up with the Dolphins. But Yeah, that is your final score. Obviously, um, the biggest thing here that I can call out was the time of possession for the Raiders was a little bit longer than normal, but obviously we still did get beat. Um, Dolphins had 33 minutes. We only had 26 minutes of time possession with the ball. So that hurts us. Again, you know, if we're not putting drives together lengthy and we're going three and out, that puts a toll on the defense. So, and you're asking a lot from an already battered defense, and in that start of the third, that's what exactly what happened. It was three and out, and we had to punt it away, and um, the defense is right back on the field. So, I mean, luckily we did score um, towards the end of the third, and that was something I was kind of looking for. So there's like little key indicators that I was looking for throughout the game is the consistency of scoring. We had a little bit of it, but not a lot. Obviously, we had the two field goals in the first half, and then later on we had the two touchdowns in the second half. But um, it's not, as much as we're trying to make it consistent, which was better. Defensively, we gave up 34 points. So it kind of negates things when you're trying to get a rhythm going offensively, and then defense is having a hard time, stopping it on their side of the ball. So um, those are the biggest takeaways. Honestly, I was looking for. I mean, Brock Bowers had his touchdown, and I was super elated about that. Big Brock Bowers fan. I'm wearing the jersey today. I don't know if y'all can see 89. But I'm super happy that he got his touchdown and try to boost up his stats. Um, I believe DJ Turner was the other one. Oh, I'm sorry, Abdullah was the other one with the touchdown. So you know, again, the name, the consistent story that's happening every game is that we get behind two scores, three scores, and then we're trying to play catch up here. And it's hard to do when you're trying to play catch up towards the last, 8 minutes of the game. You're asking a lot, especially when you're having an offense that's trying to, you know, get something going, has no identity, is struggling consistently. Um, so it's just putting a big, tall order, a big ask on them to try to catch up, and that's really been the, I guess, I don't know if you say Achilles heel, but I mean, it's definitely the biggest weakness that we have. We're trying to play catch up every fucking game. We're not. We really haven't had the lead, and I don't even know. I think week 3 or 4 probably when we actually had the lead, and so the last at least 6 games we haven't. So um, that's just kind of been the name of the game. I think the Rams is where we kind of started up a little fast, but even that, they were able to catch up pretty quickly. So obviously putting up points and you know doing the time of possession offensively, so that way we're able to give our defense the rest is the biggest thing here, and we didn't quite have it this game. But obviously, you look at it two ways, right? So yes, we did lose. We looked slightly better offensively, but we're 2-8 now, and we go up on the draft. So I don't know. I think we probably go up either number 4, number 3. Just kind of depends. We'll see where they place us probably by the end of the day today, if not for sure tomorrow. Um, and we'll see where we're at. But yeah, that's a takeaway I see here. I wasn't too upset that they lost because at the end of the day, we're on tank watch, obviously, right? And so we're trying to get up on the draft. It's easier for us to be number 3 and try to get to that number two or number one, um, where uh, where we don't have to give up so much to get into that position, right? And again, it just depends where everybody ends at the end of the season. Right now, it's too close to call or too close to put a scenario together because we don't know where the teams are going to land. We don't know who's going to be on, number one overall and what their needs are, right? So yeah, I mean, yes, I am disappointed. Um, deep down inside, I want them to win, obviously, but I'm glad to see that there's some type of improvement offensively. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in the next game, um, but there is some life, you know, sparking offensively. So hopefully, we got the Chiefs next Friday, Black Friday. Um, so we'll see what happens with that. Obviously, this is a big game with the Chiefs, and I hope that we are again competitive. You never know; maybe we'll pull off another Christmas miracle and we'll fucking upset them. And I hope that we do. Um, but yes, uh, that would be great if we're able to go ahead and take um, the Chiefs in the following game. But as of right now, we are 2-8, and I'm sorry, we actually have the next game is the Broncos. I'm sorry, I'm looking too far ahead. I'm very excited about that Chiefs game, but obviously, still we got Broncos coming into Vegas. Um, that's a big game, and we got to get that one back. I mean, I went to the Broncos game last month, and fuck, I did not hear the end of it. Um, Losing that game, and we can't lose twice to the Broncos. So definitely we gotta fucking beat them. And I've always said that these divisional games are a different type of game. They're more intense. They play way more for pride because they're in the division. There's a lot of shit talking that goes back and forth. So, um, expect to see a very physical game. That game, I don't know if it's going to be close or not, but um, I hope that at least we can win the Broncos game. If we lose to the Chiefs, it is what it is. I mean, Chiefs are fucking 9-0, I believe. And they're out. They're right now. They're playing the. At least of right now, they're playing the Bills. So we'll see what happens after that fucking game a little bit later on. But yeah, as far as right now, they're 9-0. We'll see what happens. I hope the Bills do beat them because I fucking hate the Chiefs. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Definitely, we got to get that one back with Denver. Um, and if we're able to pull off the Thanksgiving miracle and beat the Chiefs, that would even be better. Like I said, I only see the Raiders winning the next, maybe 4 games out of the next 8. Obviously we lost today, and we're gonna win it here and there. But don't expect us to go on a run. It's just not gonna happen. You know, um, I see us ending the record probably now with this loss and the way kind of the offense is still kind of trying to establish themselves. We're probably gonna go 6-11. If we're lucky, 7-10. But look anywhere from like uh, a 5-12 record, 4-13, 6-11. That's kind of where we'll be at. But obviously, that's fine because with the more losses that we are going to get, the higher we go on the draft order and the closer we get to getting Shador Sanders. And like I posted earlier today, I really think that the Raiders are going to go for Shador just because all the connections that he has already with the Raiders, with Tom Brady being his mentor, meeting with Mark Davis multiple times at the Aces games and other locations. He's gone out to Colorado as well. And obviously, Dion saying that we were one of the teams that he would want his son to come and play for. So um, there's a little bit more pieces that go along with that. But, obviously, we got to get a offensive coordinator that to fit Shador, and get a wide receiver and a running back to go along with that, and a little bit, maybe a little bit more depth on defense, and then maybe a couple of linemen uh, to beef up that struggling all line if excuse me, we don't go out and get some established linemen um, that are currently that are going to be free agents in 2025. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's my take. I feel that we are strongly gonna get Shador. But obviously, with the draft, you never fucking know. We said we were gonna get Jaden Daniels last year, and you know how all that fucking turned out, right? That was a utter clusterfuck, and um, I think we didn't even consider to call the Commanders that rumors out there because we knew their position. They were going to draft a quarterback all the way, and they were going to ask for like the next 10 years of future number one draft picks in order for that to happen. So, or something along those lines. But for sure, now it's our turn. We got to be aggressive in this draft. We got to go definitely top three, um, if not number one, right? Um, two will be cool. Two, if we're ranked number two in the NFL draft this off season, I feel we're in good position because we have now options, right? So obviously, Shador might not go even number one. If he goes number one, it's because we draft him and we're number one, right? But there's rumors saying that Travis Hunter might go number one, right? So even let's say Travis Hunter goes number one, and then we're in two spot, we pick up Shador, right? Let's say that Shador goes number one, and then we get Cam at number two. That's just how it's gonna play out. Or whoever's at number one gets Cam, and then we get Shador. So we end up winning either way, right? So that's kind of how it plays. If it's three, we're we're still kind of gambling a little bit. We may not get either one, and that's a possibility too. So there's a lot of things that happen um, that could potentially not let us have Shador. Um, I know Dion has said before that he's not going to let his son go play for certain teams, right? But I don't know how much of that he actually has control of. So that's a thing to be seen. And obviously, you know, if a player declines a draft, they basically have to sit out the season unless they get traded, right? So that's another thing. How is that going to play out, right? Is he going to negate the draft and sit out the season and go re-enter it, or would he just go completely unregistered free agent? I'm sorry, unregistered draft and go free agent and try to see if he gets picked up that way. And it really hasn't been done, and quite a few years. So, but obviously the Sanders kind of have that pull. It's all legacy, and obviously Shador is that kind of player that can pull something like that off. So, but it just doesn't get done. But obviously, we're just not the only team on the block that wants Shador. There's other teams as well, and obviously, if I think the Giants are number one right now, so and they do need a quarterback. So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually go for Shador, and he might elect to stay in New York if that were to be the case. But who knows? Obviously, he strongly wants to come to Las Vegas, and we hope that happens. And but yes, if we are top three, top two, um, that will be the case. And so, um, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But uh, that's that's kind of what I take. Salute to Raiders Rebel. Thank you, brother, for hopping on the live stream here. Obviously, I was just talking about the game and the draft. Obviously, we lost today, but that's you know flip side to that. Continue to go up on the draft. I believe. New Orleans won today. They won their game, so they keep going down. But it's just checking out the other scores. Let me see. Uh, Actually, since I am on here now, let's see uh, what were the scores for the other games. And okay, so where are we at? Okay, so Jaguars lost, Browns lost, and I think Browns are ahead of us. They got beat by the Saints, but Saints go up. Let's see, did I don't think I think New York's on a bye week this week, but Patriots lost, and they're also they're 3-8, so they're behind, they're below us, so we're good there. Obviously, the Dolphins won, and they go up. I think they're 4-6 now. So we're looking. We're not looking. We're not in a bad position right now. Um, it's looking good for the Raiders. So again, we'll just see where we place at the end of the day, if not tomorrow, and we can speak to it more. But yeah, Jaguars did lose, uh, and Browns did lose as well. So I know the Browns are ahead of us. So we'll see what happens with that. Um, and that's kind of that's kind of how we're gonna have to look at this the rest of the season. Is just um, what the Giants do, um, and what the Browns do, because they are ahead of us currently in the draft order. So uh, yeah, that's where we're at. Let me see Tankathon. Pull up Tankathon, and I don't think it's updated yet. Okay, well actually they did. Let me share this with you guys before I wrap this up. Tankathon. All right, sure. All right, y'all. So as we see, got Jacksonville. They're 2-9. Tennessee, Cleveland, and then it's us. So we're ranked fourth. Um, and again, it just depends how the rest of the season plays out. Um, New York is in a bye week currently right now, so they don't play until next week, and then you have New England, but they're 3-8. So it just kind of depends where we land at. Obviously, we're getting closer and closer to the top three, and that's kind of where we want to end at. If we were able to end number two, number three, we're good. Obviously, name of the game is trying to end at the overall number one spot, and so that way we're able to go ahead and get Shador. And at that point, I can safely say that Shador would be a lock at that point. But obviously, time will tell and how we do for the rest of the season. But yes, ready to lose another one. We're currently 2-8 and number fourth in the draft order. And right now, at least in the draft, we're looking good. Offensively, we're looking slightly better, and that's kind of all we can ask for from offense. Just look slightly better. Um, it was sort of a, I don't know if you could kind of say we got blown out today, but yeah, it didn't look quite good. There's things obviously defensively that they have to tighten up as well. We just can't always put it on the offense, but the offense has to increase their time of possession, obviously, to make sure that they rest and be set. It was done a little bit today, but just it wasn't enough. That's something that they definitely have to go ahead and work at. But that's it, guys. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this JBR Limited. I just wanted to hop on and go over my reactions for this game. and talk about the draft and our draft order, and at least put a positive spin on this loss today and not be so down about it, because we got to look at both sides of it. Yes, we did lose, but they go up on the draft. So we're getting closer and closer to getting our future franchise quarterback. And so we'll see what happens. Let's see. Rebel, what did he say? We have so many problems. Ben a QB. The defense is horrible. Yep, I agree. The defense is not doing good. Um, you know, there was a lot of plays that they let go. I think they missed an assignment. Um, I think the previous touchdown before last, they let that dude run right in. So that goes to show you that has to get buttoned up, and that has to be addressed as well. So um, hopefully they're able to go ahead and do that for the Broncos game, because that's a game I definitely want to win. Like, I know we're on Tankathon, but I want to win the Denver game. I want to win the Charge game. I want to win the Chiefs game. Chiefs game, uh, um, it's fine if if we lose. I mean, I don't want to lose, but I get it. Chiefs are fucking 9-0, and hopefully Bills can fuck that up. But we'll see what happens with that. But those are the games we got to win, the division games, because that's pride, bro. And we talk a lot of shit uh, between all four teams, excuse me. So can't let that one slide. So for sure, we'll see what happens. But again, thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. Uh, be on the lookout for those shorts. YouTube shorts are fucking hilarious. I'll definitely put some out. If not today, probably during the week as well. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me, and we'll see you again. Make sure you tune in this following week also for the flagship podcast, Just Raiders, baby. And that'll probably go on sometime Wednesday. So thank you guys again for joining me, and we'll see you soon.